I want to make this quick because there's a street meet that's going on in DC, and I got to be ready for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean myself up. But I wanted to do this video before I, get myself all cleaned up. I just watched I don't want to call it a response, but the V13 interview with K Michelle. Now I already did a video on that one before. Now they did it, so it's not about that one. They did another one with Derek Jackson, and once I'm done editing, I'm gonna actually leave that in the description box, for people to look at if you haven't seen the interview. But this is talking about that video. K Michelle comes back. You have Derek Jackson. Now I know a lot of dudes don't like Derek Jackson. He panders to black women, which he does. Some stuff. Look. Like I said to everybody, take things with a grain of salt. There's some things he says that are true. There's some things he says that are not true. There's some things that to some of the pandering he does, it's not really true. But there are some things he like said that I don't agree with. I can't tell you off the top, but I don't agree with it. With that being said, I don't know if y'all remember like the last interview they had with K Michelle. It left me confused, and it kind of left me baffled because it like she was mad bashing, but at the same time there was times where she does take a credit. She does take accountability of herself, not so much, but she does take accountability for little things like her getting an ass shot. That was her reasoning, not no man's. I believe some of the decisions she made, she kind of took advantage of. She took accountability of herself, but not so much. This video, man, she went full on. I'm not taking accountability for anything, and it proved my point on a lot of things. That even Derek Jackson was like, "Wow, you generalizing," and she does. I was trying to I was trying to give her the kudos that she may not be generalizing, but yeah, in this video, she generalizes. She said 99% of men are no good. You asked me what's the 1%. He said Jesus and Obama. And maybe whoever, if they are good men, they're either gay. And with their gay men, wow. And I was like, wow, where have I heard this from? It was like a lot. And, whew, y'all see, like, I don't, it's just like, it didn't get me heated, didn't get me insulted, but sometimes you kind of like step back and go, wow. And that's what this interview did. It made me go, wow. First things first, I don't know. I hope I'm not repeating myself from the last video because that was like a 20 something minute video and I don't want to go back to it. First things first. Yes, she was generalizing a lot, and Jerry Jackson was right. You're putting yourself in a wall where you thinking you're not getting hurt, but you also putting out the people that can actually help you and change your life around. They actually want to be there for you, actually like you genuine, like her boyfriend or whoever he is, her man that she is with and been with 3 years but knew her 20 years. That's number two. That you might as well call him a simp. I'm trying not to use the simp word because a lot of dudes, I don't know, we have this thing, and women do it too. Both men and women do it. We see broken men and broken women and feel like we could be the one to fix her. Where, and this is like, if I'm not sure from the last interview that K Michelle had that she's broken, this one she is, yes, she is a broken woman. She is beyond repair. And like she said, ain't nobody gonna change her opinion but God himself. Alright. So if the man that's been with her for 20 years cannot not been with her, known her for 20 years and only been with her for 3, and even then she's like, she kind of like treats him like he's nothing. I don't know why, because like he has a good job. He's not. I think it's because he's not hood. I feel like she wants someone hood to like save her and all the other stuff. Now the thing about it, like I said before, she knows the ideal good man. Her father was a good man. Her grandfather was a good man. So she has ideals of good men. The sad part is she never dated someone like her father. And that's another point. It's not like you don't have no idea what a good man looks like, you have a good idea. Your father. So wouldn't you want to try to find someone like your father? You wouldn't have gone there. Hell, I even think the guy he with is probably a good dude. Like I said before in the last video, he's probably a good dude. He liked her before you even got all the ass shots and all that other stuff. So he's probably the one that's saying, baby, you don't really need it. You just perfect the way you are. You can sing. Let your voice be. Let your voice guide you through your years, not your fucking assets and all that other stuff. And I'm pretty sure she said, all right, whatever, nigga, and like ignored him. This is like, men, I want you to take notes because some chicks, because like I said, we like to fix broken women. We like to try to fix broken women, and sometimes it's not worth your time. Just go over it. If I was her man right now and I saw this, I wouldn't fuck with him. Like that, I probably would have like, yeah, this relationship floating. She said, "I'm floating right now." What the fuck is floating? Like that, and I wish they'd have asked this, because the caller came in. He was like, because he also said, you got a man that known you for 20 years and you've been dating him for 3. That means you done did your other dirt, and you got these other niggas that did you dirty, and you come back to him. That nigga's probably doing what he's supposed to do, and yet you're still not satisfied. I want to know. No, she said he has his ways. It's like, what is his ways? She never really got into that, and I wish they would have got into that, because that's what I would ask. What did he do? Like, what did he do wrong? Is he just there to satisfy your needs, or you just don't want to be alone? Because I think a lot of women do get in a relationship with men they really not compatible with, but they just don't want to be alone, so they'll just shack up with anybody. So, and that's a waste of your time, and it's definitely a waste of his time. Because 3 years, like most people like really get, they'll try to engage and get married. And one thing, shout out to Frank, because Frank was on the money, and you could tell, like, every time she had something, she had her opinion, he had a rebuttal, and his rebuttal was great. And you could tell, even though his rebuttal was on point, she still tried to win an argument. That's another, I don't know if that's just the Pisces in her, but that's another reason why, like, women like her, you can't fix. You just gotta let them go, because he was speaking facts, and yet you still, even though you agreed with him, you still try to be right in the conversation. You're not right. You could honestly, in my opinion, she's not right. I understand there are men that do some foul shit to women. I have personally said women are very evil, or at least they get to that evil place way quicker than the men do. I'm trying not to generalize, but I've, like, the stories she's heard about, women fucking their life up because of men, I've got as many as stories of men fucking their life up because of women. I just watched the video with O'Shea Duke Jackson. He was talking about how his homeboy was with this woman, and her baby daddy kept calling her, and she was like sizing up his ego and shit. And like when he finally said, "Come find me, nigga," and then all of a sudden him sizing him up, she was like, "Oh, you gotta go." Come to find out, this nigga is like 6'3", and through that nigga, as O'Shea Duke Jackson said, that nigga touched every wall in the house. And then she ends up breaking up with him and fucking another nigga. Alright? To me, that's some evil shit. Because you done hype this man head up, tell him how good of a man he is, and then all of a sudden, this nigga want to be the protector. All of a sudden, oh, you gotta go. Oh, he crazy. Oh, you crazy. You done sliced this man up. Now, with that same time, I watched the Thomas Sotomayor video. A man stabbed this woman to death while he FaceTimes the girl's father. That's some evil shit. That is some very, very, very evil shit. You can't even compare the two. Both of them shits is really fucked up to me. I know one has to deal with murder and another, but to me, that's some fucked up murder shit, and that's some really evil shit. Like I said, we all have stories, so I'm not gonna say who more. I don't want to say who's more evil, because like I said, both sides are evil. We have our own evil ways. That's why, like, when it comes to like trauma, we all have our own trauma that we go with the opposite sex. It's best not to compare them. Just know that we have trauma with both of them. So shout out to Frank because he was on point and he had a rebuttal. And yeah, I really I'm gonna tell you this. And it came Michelle because he was like, there are sometimes men don't when men see the woman they want to be with, and this is what Frank was trying to tell you. Like I can like have my ways, but like this one woman could change the way I think things, the way I imagine things, and all of a sudden I want to make sure I'm good for that woman. Like you women, sometimes you gotta realize your power. Like you can really change. Like because I think that's why most women want a broken man instead of a man that you know like is already there, but he just needs a little push. Because if you fix a broken man, that's good on you too. Because like, that's a plus. It's like I fixed him. I think that's why women go for broken men, and vice versa, men go for because they say, look at her, I fixed her. He was nothing, and that's not to me. That's not a good reason to be with a woman. But I see that most men have that with them, and most men and women have that with them. You see someone, it was like you was broken, you was nothing, you was poor. I came through, I fixed you up. Now you all looking clean and all that other stuff. I did that for you. I don't ever want to. Me personally, I do not ever want to be in a relationship where I have to fix you. All right. Now, if I make you better, that's good. But I want to make you better as yourself. I would say I help, but I wouldn't say I made you or fix you. It's that's why like you bring something to the table, and the opposite sex should bring something to the table. So with that, in conclusion, men, women, if they are broken, if you are noticed, like this is why you have conversations before you get into a relationship, before you even have sex with them. Because I know we just like, especially men, we like fucking people and like we'll fuck a bitch and never not even know her name. And I know women are more invested in sex, like emotionally, because you're basically giving yourself up to them. If they are broken beyond prepared, just leave them alone. One girl I used to I'll tell this quick story. One girl I met on Facebook online, this group, and like I got to know her a bit, but she was just broken. She was talking about the niggas that fucked her over. She really like, and like she seemed like a real sweet girl, but she was just, I could see like in her face like niggas done fucked her up so much that even if I did try to help her out, even if I did turn her into a good person, it wouldn't have helped. She still would have carried that baggage. She would not let that baggage go. So I had to leave her alone. I've never heard from her again. I've never seen her again. But shit like that, it kind of happens. You don't want to be. I personally would tell you, do not be with a person that is broken. Be with a person that has something and you have something. Both of you bring stuff to the table. If both of you can make each other better, then you should make that person your concubine. 2, black men don't cheat. Obviously, cheating, I don't prefer cheating. I know a lot of people think you should sleep around or cheat and all that other stuff. I think cheating makes a lot of shit worse. I think sex makes a lot of relationships worse. So that's another thing. 3. All right. As my man would say, generalization does not work. Obviously, you have not met every man, and this was also a problem with K Michelle. All she did was fuck with hood niggas. All she like, and don't get me wrong, nerds could be ain't shit. I know some nerd niggas they ain't shit. I know some billionaire playboys they ain't shit. I know some hood niggas they ain't shit. There's ain't shitness in every nigga, but if you can find yourself a good man, ladies, if you can find yourself a good man, keep that man. If he makes you better, and sometimes like he's going to challenge you sometimes. You're going to have opinions, he's going to challenge you. He's like, that's what you need. Someone that's going to challenge you. Men too. If a woman challenges you, You know, like, don't back away. It was like, step up to the challenge. Make yourself a better person. That's all I got to say about that. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go clean up for the street meet. Let me know what y'all think. Till then, my name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.